So I figured it would be fun to do a get ready with me as I share the realities of why Filipino freelancers would hustle nonstop and how we could really overcome it, because this is the reality that I don't see the industries talking about enough. That it's all about, okay, I'm earning this much, I'm earning six figures, but it's also just as important that we prioritize creating work-life balance where we're not just hustling nonstop. We're not just constantly working on autopilot, because that's what I've realized now that I'm 3 years into this industry, being self-employed and being freelance really as a coach and content creator. Like, I see a lot of people in the industry burning out. I see a lot of people who are like earning six figures, but they burn their business, or they are considered successful on the outside, but they are mentally struggling. They have lost sight of their passion. They have been so exhausted because they have prioritized the hustle instead of how can I create the balance of, yes, I am earning well, and at the same time, I'm also prioritizing my mental well-being, my peace of mind. So now that I have coached so many Filipino freelancers, Filipino service providers, those who have been self-employed and doing this, being part of this industry, I have really seen it all. Like those who have been hustling nonstop and they don't know how to stop it, because it has been their programming na if I hustle, it's gonna bring in the money, and if I stop hustling, if I just chill for a bit, if I relax, I will lose out on opportunities. If I take more breaks, if I take longer vacations, baka I will lose everything in a snap. Baka I might burn my business to the ground because I'm not working enough. Baka I become too lenient, and then I lose everything that I worked hard for. So that brings me to the first reason why Filipino freelancers hustle nonstop, is because you're conditioned that hustling will bring more success. It's this deep conditioning from our culture na parang tinuruan tayo na, okay, mag-sacrifice ka, mag-hustle hard ka, hindi ka muna mag-enjoy, you're gonna have late nights, you're going to have to work until your head hurts, pero okay lang yan, kasi yan yung papayaman sa'yo, yan yung magdadala ng success sa buhay mo. And let's admit, it's a toxic mindset to have as Filipinos na kailangan ba mag-burnout muna tayo? Kailangan ba i-sacrifice yung mental health natin para maging successful tayo? And I think that's what I see also na having been coaching Filipino freelancers, and sometimes ang nangyari is they're so scared to scale their business, they're so scared to bring in more premium clients because they're scared that what if I overwork myself? What if I burn out again if I take this kind of responsibility? So what I see is that sometimes Filipino freelancers get so scared of scaling because they're scared of, will I be able to handle that workload? I might get burnt out. So, nangyari is parang unconsciously, they're repelling money into their business because they're scared that it might exhaust themselves, they might overwork themselves, that they might have to constantly hustle more and hindi na nila kaya. And this is not just from what I've seen in the industry. This is also me. Ever since I started working in corporate, when I was in corporate, I was working in an agency environment pa. So, I specialized in digital marketing, and I really grew my expertise and position from that field. And what happened was I constantly glorified being a workaholic. I constantly glorified, okay lang kahit mag-overtime, okay lang kahit late nights, because whenever I did that, I would get recognized, I would get promoted, I would get more responsibilities, I would see an increase in my salary, I would get recognize that I could handle more responsibilities and things like that. And so climbing the corporate ladder meant that I had to constantly believe na if I work hard, it will bring me more success. And so when I started my business, I thought it would be different. Like when I decided to really start a business in 2021, I said like it would be different. Like ayoko nang constantly nag-hustle ako, ayoko na my life revolves around work. Ayoko na nun. And so, when I started working on my business, I thought it would be different. But then I realized na the hustle doesn't change based on the kind of work that you do. It changes when you decide that your mindset would be different around it. Because that's what I see also na Filipinos get into freelancing or they get to be self-employed and then they thought parang, hindi na ako magpapaka-hustle masyado. Hindi na ako magkaka-time freedom na ako, magkaka-work-life balance na ako. That's what they thought, that the industry would change their work habits, that it would change their mindset around working and hustling nonstop. But no, like the mindset has to change first so that when you start doing something new, when you start to double down on freelancing or doing the business, you won't carry the same mindset. Because as you know from my channel, is that external circumstances don't change your mindset. You need to change your mindset now so that when you have new circumstances, you're gonna handle them differently. I swear, when I first started my business, it got even worse to the point na bathroom breaks felt like a burden. Parang ang hassle. Parang in the zone ako. Bakit kailangan ko papunta ng banyo? Parang I need to focus on this. Like, it got way worse yung work habits ko. And it's because I had that mindset na I need to constantly hustle. I need to constantly exhaust myself to be successful. Like, I attached my self-worth to my productivity. I attached my self-worth to my achievement. I constantly validated my success based on how many hours I work or how hard I work. That's when I realized that my mindset had to change first if I wanted my work life to be different. Like, I knew that if I wanted my business to be sustainable, if I wanted my business to give me more time freedom, then I needed to change my mindset around being successful. And it shouldn't mean that I constantly had to hustle nonstop. I had to change my mindset and challenge all these deeply conditioned beliefs from our Filipino culture. Like, I challenged my thinking where, what if I can make money from a place of ease and integrity? What if it can be simple? What if it doesn't have to be so hard? What if I choose not to make it hard on myself anymore? What if I can create work-life balance while making money in my business? This is what I realized that the freelancing industry is missing, is the importance of overcoming this hustle mindset when it comes to scaling their business. Like, okay, maybe at the start it has served you well. You know, especially when you're just starting with freelancing, you're going to do all the things. You're going to try a lot of things in order to see what works. But then once you know what sticks and that you start earning from it consistently, from what I've seen is that when you start getting momentum, at least if you've already made consistent income for 6 months, you need to start reevaluating what are the work habits that I want to have? What are the healthy habits that I want to incorporate into my life so that I could build my business around that? And for me, what's most important is having slow mornings, 6-hour workdays, and laptop-free weekends and vacations. Like, for me, those are the core things, habits that I want to incorporate in my life as a business owner. And that meant I needed to really unlearn all of the hustle, mindsets that were instilled upon us in this Filipino culture, This is the real money mindset work that allowed me to scale my business to 6-figure months on part-time hours, where I don't need to constantly work 10 to 12 hours a day just to sustain my business, just to have consistent 6-figure months. I was able to work on my mindset around I could create a business from a place of ease, integrity, and simplicity. And because I solidified my belief and mindset around that, my actions followed. I started thinking about what are the ways that I could scale my business with fewer hours and at the same time create more impact on the people I help, create more impact on the clients who sign with me as their coach. How can I build a sustainable business around a sustainable lifestyle? How can I scale a business with work-life balance where I can truly feel like I have time freedom? And that's when I realized that this is the money mindset work that takes you from hustling 24/7 to feeling like the CEO of your business. And that's what we forget, that being in this freelancing industry, being self-employed, we're not an employee of our clients, of projects, of contracts. Rather, we need to step up as the CEO of our business. And in order to do that, we need to reframe our mindset around what it means to make more money with fewer hours, what it means to finally overcome the hustle mindset, what it means to challenge the norms around being successful and having to work so hard in order to be successful. Like, this is the money mindset work that I had to go through myself and figure out myself, because I swear I used to be such a workaholic. Like, I remember, like, I have friends from my past life in corporate, and they always thought of me as that. Like, that was my identity. I constantly was okay with overtime. I was constantly okay with clients crossing my boundaries. Especially I worked in an agency for like almost 5 years. And so if I was able to break free from being a workaholic, if I was able to break free from this hustle mindset and create a business that allowed me to work for only 6 hours a day and create six-figure months as someone who is self-employed in this freelancing industry, then I swear it's possible for you too. And reframing your mindset really involves a lot of digging deep in understanding the subconscious root cause of why you keep believing that hustling is required in order to be successful, in order to have a sustainable business. And this is the work. This is the money mindset mastery that I love, that I've been able to guide my clients on. This is why I'm so excited that I was able to create a brand new one-on-one coaching program that really focuses on reprogramming the hustle mindset so that you could scale a peaceful and profitable business as a Filipino freelancer and finally ditch this hustle culture where you get to work to live instead of live to work. So this is where I've condensed like 3 years of business experience being in this industry and coaching so many Filipino freelancers in overcoming their hustle mindset and understanding the root cause of it so that they could finally ditch it for good. They could finally break from burnout for good. They could eliminate burnout for good from their business so that they could finally be that wealthy and healthy CEO that their business deserves. So if you are a scaling Filipino freelancer who wants to scale with more work-life balance and time freedom in your business by developing the right money mindset, where you get to reprogram your hustle mindset, eliminate the cycle of burnout for good so that you could finally have more quality of life outside your business, then I invite you to join the waitlist for my brand new one-on-one coaching program, Slow Down to Scale. So it is exactly what it sounds like, that you need to slow down and face these limiting beliefs and toxic mindsets around making more money so that you could ditch feeling like a hustling freelancer 24/7 and finally feel at peace as the CEO of your business who could scale with 6-hour workdays, slow mornings, and laptop-free weekends and vacations. I'm so excited to share this to the world because this is something I've always wanted to put out into the world. This is something that has always been at the back of my mind in how important the money mindset is in creating more work-life balance and time freedom when we scale our businesses in this freelancing industry. So if you've been working in the industry for years and finally want to scale with work-life balance and avoid burning out and feel like you can create more time freedom in your business because you have the right mindset and systems in place in your business, this is it. You will have everything that you need to feel confident that you could be that healthy and wealthy CEO who would scale your business with 6-hour workdays while increasing your income as a freelancer. Check the link below for all of the details about Slow Down to Scale so you could assess if you are the right fit for this program as a scaling Filipino freelancer or service provider. So excited that this offer is out in the world because now you can see that it's so possible for you to have a slow, steady, and sustainable business in this freelancing industry. Now let's move on to the second reason why you hustle nonstop as a Filipino freelancer. And this is from my observation, having been coaching so many Filipino freelancers, is that the biggest reason they hustle nonstop and eventually burn out in their business is because they're rushing. They're rushing their income goals. They're rushing their income targets. They're rushing to scale to that mentorship program or to launch that course, and then they overwork themselves so that they could finally put out this offer. And what happens is they end up putting themselves into this pressure cooker that they created in their mind. That's what I've seen, is that when you're so focused on the industry's version of success, how everyone has been able to do this, how this colleague was able to achieve this already and you haven't, it's easy to get caught up in chasing the next bigger income goal, not realizing that you have now created your own hamster wheel. A great example that hit this industry hard is Vanessa Lau. In case you don't know her, but she's been everywhere on YouTube for the longest time, but she seemed like the epitome of entrepreneurial success. Like, she built a seven figure in dollars business in the online space, but then she ended up burning it to the ground. And she shared in her updates video on YouTube that it's ultimately because she has burnt out, she lost her sense of identity, and she got caught up in the comparison of everything, constantly chasing the next bigger income goal because she kept comparing herself to the bigger entrepreneur, to the bigger content creator, and she realized that she just kept creating her own hamster wheel, and she got burnt out, and she needed to pause everything and quit her business. This was so real for me because I looked up to her back in 2021 when I enrolled in her coaching program, in her course that allowed me to launch the coaching business I had in 2021 that I have continued to this day. And so I will be forever grateful to that course that she put out. But then she's also an example that no amount of money will make you stop hustling, will make you stop rushing to chase the next income goal. That's why it's so important that you overcome this hustle mindset first before you scale your business, so that you eliminate burnout, you avoid burnout, and avoid burning your business to the ground. That's why it's so important to overcome this hustle mindset and break free from this hustle mindset for good before you scale your business to greater heights, so that you don't end up burning yourself out or rushing yourself in the process. What people don't realize is how powerful your mindset is in creating your reality. Because your mindset consists of the thoughts and beliefs you have around scaling, you have around making more money, which then translate into your actions, which then create your reality. If you believe that you constantly need to hustle in order to be successful, if you need to constantly be at par with the competitors in the industry, if you constantly need to reach the industry standard of success in order to be successful, like, you constantly do all of the things. So constantly rush yourself. You're constantly going to put pressure on yourself on how to chase the next bigger income goal. And then the reality that you're going to be dealt with is you're going to be burnt out. That you have built this money-making machine, but then you have lost yourself in the process. You have lost your time with loved ones. You have lost your passion for life. You have lost the time to just be and live. And this is why I love helping my clients in identifying the root cause of their hustle mindset, the money wounds and attachments and financial traumas they had around why they need to constantly hustle, sacrifice their enjoyment in order to make more money, in order to be successful in their business. Because only when they solve the root cause of their hustle mindset for good, that's only when they create more intentional and aligned actions for scaling a peaceful and profitable business where they have work-life balance. Because what happens is that instead of you constantly taking all of the opportunities left and right, you get to be intentional about choosing the right earning opportunities rooted in your purpose and passion, not out of pressure. When my clients break free from the hustle mindset, they don't rush themselves anymore. Instead, they take the time to prioritize what are the next steps in my business for the next 6 to 12 months that would allow me to scale my income with less hours. When they break free from this hustle mindset and master their mindset around making more money with peace and ease, they stop comparing themselves to others in the industry and instead focus on creating more peaceful income goals. Focus on the right team members that would support them in scaling their business. And also, more importantly, they get to raise their prices with integrity so that they could increase their income, but at the same time, work less hours. This is what I realized is the money mindset mastery that will take you from a hustling freelancer to a peaceful CEO. I was able to scale a peaceful business where I have 6-figure months on 6-hour workdays because I knew how to master my mindset around money, where I don't just hustle nonstop or hustle on autopilot. Rather, I know that I have a huge self-belief and trust in myself that I am able to provide quality output within the work hours that I've intended, and I can also solve people's problems faster without overworking myself. This is the biggest limiting belief that I had to overcome and I help my clients overcome, is that when you overcome that limiting belief that hustling hard is required to scale your business, you get to eliminate and avoid burnout. and instead make CEO decisions that would allow you to achieve work-life balance while scaling your business as a Filipino freelancer. Think of it this way, is that when your thought is, I need to hustle hard to make more money, then your actions will look like, oh, I need to accept all of the earning opportunities, I need to accept all of the clients, I need to accept all of the projects in order to make more money. And the result is, yeah, you make more money, but you lose your peace. You lose your mental well-being. You lose the time with your loved ones. Instead, if you believe that I can double my income while working less, then you will start becoming more intentional about the clients you accept. You start to think about the projects that you're going to accept if it's rooted in the long-term vision of your business. Is it rooted in your passions and purpose? Because ultimately, you know that the only way to scale your income in the most peaceful way is if you get to double down on monetizing your passions, where you get to be intentional about choosing the right earning opportunities so that you don't spread yourself too thin and overcommit. Rather, you get to be intentional about choosing the aligned clients, choosing the best clients at your desired rates. When you join Slow Down to Scale, I will guide you exactly through those things where you get to break free from your hustle mindset for good, because you know the root cause of it and that you have solved it at a subconscious level, where you have reprogrammed your mindset around hustling and instead believe that you could have peaceful work days while doubling your income, while scaling your business. And then from there, I get to guide you in scaling your genius in a way that you become purposeful and intentional about choosing the right clients, choosing the right earning opportunities, so that you get to work to live and not live to work. And also, I will guide you in increasing your belief and trust in yourself to increase your rates with your best clients so that you could double your income while working less. And that is key, that if you want to raise your prices as a freelancer, then you need to master your mindset around making more money and building belief that you can 100% deliver for your clients. And also, you will be equipped with the time management tools where you will feel confident that you can finish quality output within 6-hour workdays, so that you stop procrastinating and doing the work over the weekends. Rather, you feel like the CEO who's able to prioritize high-level tasks and therefore delegate more to your team more efficiently, and therefore have more time freedom and achieve more work-life balance in your business. This is the real work that I'm so excited to guide you with inside Slow Down to Scale, because I have condensed all of the trial and error when it came to, in the 3 years of me being a full-time freelancer, being self-employed for the past 3 years, on how I've created more time freedom and work-life balance because I mastered my mindset around money. I realized I didn't put earrings on, so lagyan na natin yan as we do the third reason why you're probably hustling nonstop as a Filipino freelancer. And from what I've seen, it's also because you don't know where your limits are. You don't know what your limits are. Hanggang saan? Hanggang ilang oras ka ba magtatrabaho? Hanggang ilan bang clients? Hanggang sa maging satisfied ka? So I see Filipinos get into the freelancing industry for time freedom. And then they start earning 6 figures. And yet, they don't have time freedom because they don't know when will they be stable enough in order to take more laptop-free vacations, in order to have work-free weekends. Because let's be real, if you're still tied to your client on vacation, if you're still thinking about work on weekends and having to reply to that email or having to reply on Messenger or whatever it is, that's not time freedom. You're tied like an employee, right? And so this is what I mean, that they don't know when they will feel stable enough in order to set those boundaries with clients and finally take more laptop-free vacations and have work-free weekends. Also, they don't know until when will they keep up with the long hours until they delegate more to their team members. Like, I've seen this with my clients when they've been in the industry for years. They've been earning in the industry for years, and yet they're still stuck in the hustle and grinding of doing all the tasks like they've just started in the industry, because they don't know until when will they keep up with this, when will they prioritize delegating more to team members, or when will they prioritize getting that next hire. Another thing is they don't know the cap, their capacity of clients and projects, so tanggap lang silang tanggap, not realizing that it's preventing them from scaling a peaceful, sustainable business. Whew. I'm so passionate about this because, again, this is the missing link that the industry is not talking about enough. It's all about making money, making more money, having 6 figures. But here's my hot take, okay? Time freedom doesn't automatically come when you're earning 6 figures consistently in your freelancing business. Time freedom is when you're able to earn 6-figure months on 6-hour workdays. Because when you're able to work on 6 hours a day and have work-free weekends and laptop-free vacations, that's when you know that you're in control of your time. That you're technically just working on part-time hours while doubling your income, while scaling your income as a freelancer. This is what inspired me to create the balance, profit, and peace system inside Slow Down to Scale, where you get to identify how much is really enough for you to sustain your business, and at the same time, what is your capacity in accepting clients and projects, where you get to feel good about sustaining your business and at the same time funding your lifestyle so that you could scale your business around the life that you want. And ultimately, you get to balance having healthy profit in your business and increasing your peace as the CEO. I created this from my experience as a full-time freelancer for the past 2 years that allowed me to scale my business with 6-figure months in pesos with 6-hour workdays. So for example, as a coach, I know my capacity of accepting clients on a weekly, monthly, quarterly, yearly basis in a way that I know would be enough to drive revenue for sustaining my business. And at the same time, I have enough calendar space to have work-free weekends and laptop-free vacations. As a content creator naman, I know the capacity of brand deals I can accept on a monthly, quarterly, yearly basis to ensure I only work with brands that really align with my values for my peace of mind. And I also know the rates I charge in order to continuously sustain this business. Because when you know your limits and capacity as a business owner and service provider, you stop hustling nonstop and instead know how to create and scale a business with work-life balance and time freedom. That's why I'm so excited to guide you to do the same inside Slow Down to Scale based on your skill set, based on your zone of genius, based on your desired lifestyle and business model. And that way, you will finally be that peaceful CEO who can balance being wealthy and healthy. You will stop hustling 24/7 and instead create your version of time freedom in your business. You will have everything you need to be that CEO scaling to 6-hour workdays with 6-figure months. If you resonated at any point in this video, then I encourage you to join the waitlist for my one-on-one coaching program, Slow Down to Scale, where we will work together for 6 months so that you will have everything you need to be that wealthy and healthy CEO who could scale with 6-hour workdays, slow mornings, laptop-free weekends, and vacations. Again, there's a special bonus when you join the waitlist just in time when I open the enrollment this June, because I only have a few spots that I am accepting for this quarter. So make sure to check all the details on my website down below if you're interested in joining Slow Down to Scale, and check out this video if you want to learn more about my entrepreneurial journey that got me to building a 7-figure business.